Jackbox Games, the leader of party games nowadays. If you're with a group of people and have nothing to do, all 7 Jackbox party packs are a great way to fill some time, with each having 5 completely different games. What's especially great about these party packs is that only one person needs to own the game and everyone else can join in via an internet browser to participate. As for me, I'm the guy with all 7 party packs, so of course I'm very familiar with all of these mini games. So for today, I decided that it would be fun to take one of these Jackbox party packs and rank them from worst to best. Now naturally, to achieve this ranking, I would need a group of friends, of which I have several. Yeah, I have friends, believe it or not. And these ones are people I met on Roblox in the early 2010s as a wee lad. One day we hopped on the Jackbox and played all 5 of these games, which is what you're going to be seeing for the B-roll for this video. Also, I might sprinkle in some clips with commentary to further exemplify the point I'm trying to make, just as an added bonus. I ranked the 5 games in this game based on replayability and just overall just good times that was had in the game. So with all that said, let's get into the every game ranked of the Jackbox Party Pack 6.
Why does it give me the option to buy a t-shirt with these definitions?
Starting off the list, we have the weakest of the bunch. Obviously it is the in last place. But to be clear, it's not that I don't like the game. It's just not as fun as the others in the list. This game, Dictionarium, is all about coming up with definitions for fake words or phrases, then using those words in the subsequent rounds. There are 2 game modes, one for words and one for phrases. The word game mode usually consists of just random letters that are clumped together, and then the phrases game mode uses regular words and it puts them in unlikely combinations. As I mentioned, the first round is coming up with the definition, and other people come up with other definitions and people vote for their favorite. Then, in the second round, you use the word or phrase given in tandem with the definition from round 1 to come up with a synonym, and then again people vote for their favorite. Finally, in the third round, you use the word in a sentence. This game is fun in theory and in execution, but it's just a whole lot of just reading and chuckling to oneself.
Let's see what we have.
Wet betrayal?
Also, it's very easy to throw a game. Yes, throwing. The beauty and downfall of Jackbox games is that you can easily just break the rules of the game, and depending on who you're playing with, you may be rewarded for it. That was the case sometimes, not just in Dictionarium, but all Jackbox games, period.
I don't know if I want to vote for any of these.
Well, I mean, Luke Skywalker burned his father, and his father never talked to him again.
That's not arson, that's murder.
No, he was already dead, though.
Oh, that's just a
gray
cremation.
That's the gray area.
The smiley face got 750.
It says a lot about our country.
Personally, I like the phrases game mode better because the phrases they give just have so much potential, but equally as stupid results.
So stupid. Fleeting moment of engage.
That's so dumb, Matt.
I know.
No offense to you, I know the circumstances.
It really just depends on the prompts that came before. Sometimes they're terrible, but sometimes they're gold.
That got so petty.
These are all good ones.
Once again, I feel that Devin has a very fitting avatar.
I'm not a furry.
This is probably the most difficult Jackbox game ever made, and not a lot of people like it for that reason. However, the utter chaos that ensues from this game is what gives it a leg up from Dictionarium, in my opinion. Let me just give you a rundown on how this game works. Basically, it's all about constructing a joke with the classic setup and punchline. First, you start out doing essentially a Mad Lib. You enter people, places, things, and whatnot. Jackbox then supplies you with a setup to a joke with a blank. For the blank, you are given a few of the words given in the Mad Lib portion of the game, and then you have to come up with a punchline with the joke you made. You do this twice per round. Thankfully, the timer is stupid long, and you're going to need it, but even with the absurd timer length, it doesn't save you from some terrible jokes and just straight up not knowing what to say.
Josh looks like a cross between shit, I don't even know, probably a cat and a dog.
Alrighty then.
Is this your bad time?
These terrible jokes are pitted against each other and people vote for the best one. But honestly, it's like opening up a trash bin and selecting your favorite piece of garbage.
What's the difference between most people and cars? Most people do not have an exhaust pipe. Ring-a-ding succulent. Thank you.
That was quite terrible.
Let me just tell you, if you want a genuinely good game of Joke Boat, complete with no stupid jokes, you're going to need to assemble a team of the funniest comedians in the biz, and even then, you'd have to be lucky. But let me give you my opinion. If every joke was perfectly constructed and actually clever, this game wouldn't be as fun. Like, really. A joke with a setup and a punchline such as this classic. What do you call an alligator detective? An investigator. People wouldn't laugh. They might chuckle and go like, haha, I get it. But you don't get like the same laughs as the stuff people come up with when, you know, they don't know what to say.
Hey, have you ever tried electric scootering? That's when you listen to Gangnam Style while taking steroids into your butt cheek.
Also, if your joke sucks, sometimes your catchphrase that you choose at the beginning of the game can sometimes, but rarely, redeem you.
My hometown's nickname is the Panic Room because our mayor once had a panic attack in public. It's not funny, guys. Cry me a sunshine.
There's also a final round where you take a past joke and then rework it to maybe make it better, and then your joke is pitted against the original joke, and it's a great opportunity to make a joke not as bad. And yeah, that's the gist of Joke Boat. As I said, this isn't a game friends of mine want to play a lot because it's pretty difficult, and actually clever jokes just can't be made on the fly like this, but still.
Why am I always sitting off in the corner by myself?
I'm pretty sure Todd.
There's another cushion right there, right next to Devin.
Okay, now before you all go to the comments, yes, this is basically Among Us before Among Us was a thing. These clips were recorded in June of 2020, before Among Us was even alive, I think. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about one of the most divisive games in any Jackbox party pack. By divisive, I mean people are going to be yelling, trying to convince people that they aren't evil.
I think we need to lock it and load it. And I will gladly die if I need to. Get rid of these aliens. Get them off my ship. They're eating all of my beef.
I'm serious. I got noise complaints because of this game. Push the Button is all about finding, for lack of a better term, the imposter among us. Oh, that made me sick. There are 2 imposters among us, 1 or 2 players, depending on the amount of people playing, and there are different stations, and players take turns being the captain so they can choose which station to use and which players to test. Now, humans get the right prompt, while aliens get a slightly different prompt. Humans are to find suspicious answers to these prompts and deduce who the aliens are. When someone thinks they know, they push the button. Then the players vote to eject the suspicious players from the ship. The vote must be unanimously in favor of ejection, and both aliens must be injected for the humans to win. If only one alien is ejected, the aliens still win.
Matt and Nod.
You're making a mistake. GG, boys! GG!
There's another catch though. The aliens have a limited number of hacks they can use to give themselves the correct human prompt, or give humans the alien prompt to rouse suspicion. But let's get to the different types of stations, shall we? After all, they are the meat of the game. First, there's the opinion hold, where it gives you an opinion and you choose to either agree or disagree with it. This one's pretty simple. The next is deliberation deck, which gives you a question and 3 options.
I still feel like Keanu Reeves doesn't fully clear Matt.
You wouldn't want to be superhuman like Dwayne?
No, I want to be able to put my arms all the way down.
Do you know how many fish eggs you have to eat to keep his body?
I don't want his body. That's the thing.
Do you know how many butt steroids you'd be injecting?
Then there's the writing pod, which is basically a mini Quiplash minus the voting.
Okay, leaves is very suspicious. Moistness.
Yeah,
It's not
moistness.
That's
balls.
also very suspicious.
So the beach is moist when you're by the water. It's
That's a very alien
the
thing.
essence of beauty, moistness.
Stop.
Who's voting?
Stop,
Who's voting for
man.
me?
I don't have
What are you,
any sauce.
The sandcastle guy who's never been to a moist beach before?
Historical figures.
Have you ever been to a moist beach?
Yes, literally every beach I've ever been to.
Then, of course, there's the drawing quarters, which is, self-explanatory.
Matt, what is your thing?
Being chased by an unknown monster man.
Interesting.
I ran out of room though, so I couldn't.
Right.
Finally, the bioscanner. Basically, the captain who chooses it has to explain 3 glyphs to the people they chose, and if all 3 people chose the right glyphs, you can reveal the identity of a player. Now, at first glance, it's a great way to find concrete proof that someone is human or alien. We kind of over-relied on it in the last round we played. We didn't realize that an alien I didn't realize an alien can purposely choose the wrong glyph so that the captain can't find out the identity of a player. Also, the captain can choose to lie about the identity since only they can see it on their device. We did the bioscanner thrice in a row, failed every time, which resulted in an alien win.
True.
Alright, we're gonna die. I blame everyone but myself.
Who?
Oh my
like,
God,
I
what a
pushed it and
buzz.
voted, Like, what more can you even do? don't
I
understand.
swear it's Matt and Nod. I'm calling it. It's milk! You filthy rat!
But other than that, that's all the intricacies to push the button. With Jokeboat, I felt like I liked it more than most people, but with this game, it's the opposite. It seems like everyone loves this one. This one is fun, but it's not all that. Maybe I just don't like lying when I'm an alien. I don't know. But I do like the variety in this game. You basically have 5 games wrapped up in an imposter game. Although sometimes I feel like people purposely throw, like their human answers or drawings are really suspicious, but they weren't even hacked. Like that happens a lot.
Why did you draw those flowers?
Right.
If I had to sacrifice myself to win, so be it.
It was Taco!
Taco. Oh, wow.
You
You
never
dirty
knew.
rat.
Why was that flower garden 2 flowers attacking each other wrestling? What's that all about?
Yeah, not explain
It was
yourself.
supposed to be Plants vs. Zombies.
No, that's not a flower garden.
Do you think his name is actually Jackbox?
That'd be a twist.
If it wasn't, it'd be false marketing.
It might be a bit controversial to place this game as the second best, but this game is always a hoot whenever I play it. Basically, it's a trivia game with mini games in between. It's kind of like You Don't Know Jack, the original Jackbox game, but with a murder twist. It pretty much plays exactly like the first Trivia Murder Party, but, with more minigames. Players are at first presented with an outlandish question, similar to the one seen in You Don't Know Jack. Those who get the question right are not at risk of death and get some money. Those who get the question wrong participate in a minigame that may result in their quote-unquote death. They may still pass the minigame to live on to the next round. The people who got the question right can participate in the minigame too, only on the other side of the equation. There are a total of 22 different minigames, and I will quickly go through all of them. Yes, all of them. Before we get to that, I'm going to go by the wiki with the terms. Those that are safe from death are safe players. Those who are at risk of death from the minigame are the at-risk players, and players already dead will be called ghosts. It's self-explanatory. But with all that being said, let's go. Chalices. Safe players and ghosts choose a chalice. At-risk players then pick chalices. If an at-risk player chooses the same chalice as a safe or ghost player, they die. Dictation. The narrator reads out a paragraph and you have to type out as much as you can. The person with the fewest words dies. Donations. Each at-risk player is giving $500 and can give however much money to anyone they want. Anyone who ends up with over $800 dies. Dumbwaiters. At-risk players choose one of 2 elevators. If everyone chooses the same one, everyone lives. Otherwise, the elevator with more people in it drops and they die. Escape room. The VIP must be at risk for this one because you have to interact with the game itself, not Jackbox TV. I never experienced this minigame before because it's quite rare. Gifts. Each at-risk player chooses a gift. Some good, some bad, some do nothing. I won't get into all of them because this is one of the less risky ones, and there's just a bunch of gifts and I don't want to do. Greed. Choose any number of cash between $0 and $1,000. Players that choose the least and most amount of money die. High rollers. At-risk players get 3 dice, and whoever rolls the biggest amount dies. Safe players can give a die to a player to heighten their chance of dying. Lock and key. This happens when there have been 10 rounds and at least 2 people left alive, so it's pretty rare. The last 2 people are in tanks with rising water and have to use keys to try to get out. Last person out dies. Loser wheel. At-risk player must spin a wheel that probably will result in death. Math. Compute simple math problems. The player who does the least amount dies. Mind meld. At-risk players are given a category that they must give an example of something that fits in that category. Safe players and ghosts also type an answer. If an at-risk player types the same answer as another at-risk player or a safe or ghost player, they die.
North Korea.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't say Australia.
What?
Mirror. Ghosts and safe players write a word on the mirror along with an AI. At-risk players must choose the AI's word or they die. Password. At-risk players type a 4-letter word. Ghosts and safe players try to guess it. If they get a letter in the right spot, it's revealed. If the word is guessed, the at-risk player dies. Pegs. Plinko, but with death.
Oh, dang. Well,
Let's go,
no,
boys.
don't do it. Okay, well, I'm dead.
Wow, this is the wackiest pachinko.
What?
I've
Give me
seen.
the money. Give me the money. Oh no.
That's not the money.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm the only one who lived.
We really, really botched that one.
That was the most animated pachinko I've seen in my life.
Phone. Unless you know how to use a rotary phone, you're dying. Sorry. Quiplash. Self-explanatory. Loser dies. Rules. The math minigame, but with words. Scratch off. Hope you like scratch cards. Skewers. Just watch this clip.
How do you like me now, you little kid?
My plan was ruined.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That was a feat.
Skull dice. Blackjack, but with dice and death if you go over 21. Tattoos. You will die if you're a terrible artist. Or win. I don't know. I kind of rushed with the last few, but you get the idea. There are a ton of different minigames. You're never going to be like, this one again? Because you only come across it like once every few games. Then there's only one person left alive, but that person doesn't win automatically. The game isn't over. There's a final round where it gives you a category and 2 things that may or may not apply to it. If you're a ghost, which, you know, they're brought into this as well, if they get a three choices as an opportunity to catch up. But a lot of these final round categories and answers are just, you know, outlandish, as I like to say.
Oh, I should know this. Come on, Lunchables.
I got that.
Dang
me
it.
it's not great.
No, I've never seen the tacos.
Really, it's anyone's game in the final round, unless you're bad at trivia, in which case you will be engulfed by the shadow, and you'll just suck at this game in general.
WNBA.
Ah!
I can't even name the guys' team.
The winner escapes the hotel before it blows up, and that's that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Whoa.
See ya.
Wait, I got those right. I
Yeah,
got those right.
but I got through.
You dirty rat.
Let's go.
Oh god.
There you have it. Trivia Murder Party 2. Sure, maybe I ranked it too high, but I'm decent at trivia, and the dealer always wins, baby.
Let's go. That was a meme. I was just joking.
It's the best.
Like, hey, stop painting your face like a clown. You look better without that crap.
Here it is, my go-to game for the Jackbox Party Pack 6. This one might just be one of my favorite games in all of the Jackbox Party Packs, and remember that I'm the guy who has them all. The basic objective of this game is to apply you and your friends to different roles in a given category. If you place a friend of yours as a role that ends up being the majority, like the majority of people put this person as a role, you get more points. I just like comparing my friends to different things of a category. Call me crazy, you know. That's just the basic though. Let's get into the specifics. When someone gets applied to a role, they are taken out of the running for other roles, making the remaining roles more likely for those who are not assigned yet. If an equal amount of people vote for 2 people in a role, those 2 people compete for the role. This could include players either answering a prompt relating to the role or by other players voting who is more likely to do something relating to the role. Each role in every category is associated with a personality trait, and at the end of each round there's a quick analysis to compare these personality traits between players.
Who is most likely to commit unintentional manslaughter?
Unintentional.
Okay.
Nod's going to the Olympics. He could.
He'll accidentally crush a man.
Repeat for 2 more rounds and the game ends. What I love about this game is that there's just so many categories. I've never had a situation where, when you vote which categories to do at the beginning, I've never been like, oh, I played all of these. There's always something new. And I really do play this game the most out of the 5. Sometimes there are especially hard categories, but every once in a while, there is a role that seems like it was created specifically for the person you're playing with. Every once in a blue moon, you will get a round where every single person's role in a category just seems perfect.
Devin, 100%. That's a good one to put 99%
It's literally how he's branded himself. It should come as no surprise.
Speaking of which, during the assignment of roles, you can set one person with their role at a 99%, meaning that you're 99% sure that this person will be assigned to the role that you gave them. If you're right, it nets you more points. A lot of the time, the roles you are assigned are usually pretty complementary.
It's being funny.
I'll take it.
That's how you branded your YouTube channel.
Yep.
Sometimes though, especially in the analysis part of the game, some questions that are given just seem a bit defamatory.
Evil itself.
So,
Kind of leaning one way when one's just straight up an insult.
yeah.
But even so, winning the analysis nets you more science pellets. At the end of the game, the announcer, announces the winner after giving everyone these silly names based on the rules they received in the game.
Hands. You're in the hands.
Super brave. Nervous.
Got him.
Wesley.
Excuse me? I thought we cleared up that contradiction.
Overall, Role Models is my favorite game because, as I said, I like applying my friends and I to these roles, and I naturally do it in real life. So that's every game of the Jackbox Party Pack 6, ranked from worst to best. Again, Dictionarium isn't bad, it's just the weakest of the bunch. I'd still recommend all of these games for a good time with the homies. Speaking of which, big thanks to my friends that helped me make this possible by participating with me in these games. Their names, their most commonly used screen names are listed right here. Again, big thank you for them, and also they proved that I actually have friends outside of, Gonk Droid, I guess. Listen, I knocked him a lot in the past, but we're on good terms, I think. I would consider myself somewhat of a connoisseur when it comes to Jackbox Party Pack, so it would be cool to do more of these in the future, so let me know if you guys are interested. Speaking of the future, I have 5 more videos planned as of right now. 1 2-parter for a LEGO game, and then 3 one-offs for other games. If you enjoyed this new format, please let me know, because I want to do more like this. And you know what? I'll see you guys on the flippity floop.